going to be an amazing series, I reckon. Between these very, very strong tiny players. We've got EKA spawning on the right hand side, the yellow trunks today. Spawning on the left hand side, in the green trunks, we got Crimson. So we've got a really, really nice Egypt matchup for game number 1. Both these players getting a couple of barracks on the way. Also aging up fairly quickly as well. Crimson's a little bit faster, but meanwhile he's down a barracks. He's already going to start going for his age 3. So, sorry, that's EKA. The wrong way around. So EKA slightly faster, but slightly down the barracks count. Crimson's got one more barracks to spare, given his slightly slower opening. He had only one villager on the Temple of Ra, but he's also got his Templar set on the way. A little behind EKA, and I think it's actually, he's going to use more villagers to get it, so he might even catch up there. So he's got a good racks count. EKA, also pretty healthy racks count. Both these players going to cram out conditioning upgrade, already taken. Not getting Spearman Champion, I know they're just going to go very Axeman centric to start with. Probably not going to bother with Spearman Champ unless you're against a Civ, like maybe Norse or Persia. So the meta in Tiny is very infantry centric for pretty much all Civs early on, as well as range. Sort of using, anti-infantry infantry and anti-infantry ranged units very early on. And then sort of taking into units that double as siege on top of your normal sort of composition built around that, based on what your opponent's got from there. So Egypt obviously going to get some chariots against Egypt. Both of them are going to have chariots and try and cram out a fast fortress, which you're seeing Crimson do right now. It's a very smooth play from him, but EKA, really good production count from him, and he's got this nice spread across the entirety of his base. It's going to take a little while for Crimson to get this up, but if he does, if he throws up some houses or other buildings in front of it quickly, as well as just manages to defend long enough, it's going to come down to whose champion upgrade is going to kick in sooner. I think it's going to be Crimson's here. So EKA does seem to have the healing advantage, though. I think he's got a nicer spread, nicer concave of his units there. So it's going to be tough. Crimson's going to have to rely on that upgrade kicking in. The barracks count 4 to 5. Because one of them's not actually built there for EKA. So EKA does actually have the barracks upgrade advantage, barracks count advantage. Slightly later champ upgrade, but he does get it by now. Is Crimson going to lose all his workers trying to get this barracks up, get this fortress up? He's trying to micro them, but he's pulling all of his villagers. You do have a pretty healthy villager count as Egypt, considering you can use Precess on the TC and try and get a second town center up pretty quickly. But right now, I think EKA has broken Crimson there for game number 1. So GG, very swift mirror, very tough mirror this one, because I really think you need to try and total up and get to age 4 as best you can. And personally, I think Crimson probably should have had a couple of houses or maybe another barracks just in front of the fortress, just because it's such an attractive building to go for. EKA was going to try and go for his fairly riskily, but I think at that point he knew he had the building and production advantage. So GG, nice game number 1, guys.